How about that? There we go. That should be working just fine. Hey, Ken. You guys hear me okay now? There we go. Hey, King and Queen. Right now I'm just going through, pennies. Got my scope set up. I've been trying to get more into using, the loop. Machine doubling. To um, to help me just in using the loop and being able to pick out different pieces. But so for pennies, I am basically looking at everything that I can get my hands on. So I don't look at any shields because I think they're worthless. Um, I don't have time to go through the any of the shields because there's not a lot going on with them. Um, and yeah, there's really not a lot going on with them, especially with the Denvers. I get mostly Denvers here, um, so I won't even look at them. Um, the latter part of the 2000s, I am looking for double die reverse, which is common, and then double die obverse. I don't find too many that usually stand out. Other things like the 80s, 88, 88 Denver. I'm looking for the FG. 2006 has a couple of double die reverses that show up pretty nice. Hey, Daryl. So I just thought that I didn't see anybody else on, so I was just gonna jump on to see what's going on. So all of the yeah, I apologize about that, Daryl. I got your package and Amanda's package that I set aside, um, but it was in the pile of some other ones that I was waiting on, and for some reason I just didn't look at it. This this month is basically um, kind of a kind of a rough month. Um, on January 4th, we had a conference call at work to let us know that that my position across the company was basically getting eliminated, and we had basically 30 days to apply for another position inside the store, or take a severance. So that was obviously less than ideal situation, but you know, it is what it is at this point. I applied for silver positions internally, but was not able to secure one. So now I am looking for a new position. So while I'm doing that, I'm just trying to do some other stuff just to keep myself occupied. I've rewritten my resume probably 4 times. About once a week, I'm rewriting it. Just with you know, information and things that I feel like is necessary. Um, yeah, it's been interesting, but I'm still here and still kicking. That is what the deal is. 86, 2003, 2003. I do have a partial roll um, of double die reverse. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one right here. So I have just minor DDRs. It's about that full right now. That I've just been throwing them in just because I don't want to take the time and attribute them. I figured that I could just sell the roll or something in case somebody wanted to do their own attribution on a bunch of double die reverses. They're all minor though. It's like extra columns, stuff like that. It's not anything major, but 1996. A lot of these is just getting used to either the USB scope or the loop. There's a lot of people that feel like loops can pick up more information, which is generally accurate if you're looking at specific information or specific spots on the coin. But for me, one thing I've found is that scopes will not pick up certain things because of how the light is, and a loop will. So this is a 2004. Sure, Daryl. Like I'm not gonna say no. I had no idea that it was gonna cost that much. Like, I guess I should have put it into to flat rate box or something. I suck at shipping. It's not something that I do enough to have it, to have it down as a science. I'm just a computer guy. Let's see, 1993. So most of the coins I go through at a pretty decent clip, because there's stuff like the 87 I don't find much on. Ouch. Like, I don't know what I charged. Let me see if I got notes. About $7. I won't throw the entire difference, but $7 works for me. Six. $296. 66. Looks like I got a die chip. No. 1966. So I usually don't look at any of the shields. The late 70s, I have never found anything. So I don't usually look at anything in the late 70s. Like the 79 Denver's is one that I specifically won't. Oh yeah, take your time, Daryl. I'm not worried about it. The 79 Denver is one that I specifically do not look at for anything because there is a broken punch on the mint mark for the 79 Denver that a lot of people mistake as being an RPM because it's in the lower, um, like the lower. Where's my? Is down in here. There's a spot right here where you've got the split serifs for the Denver. Um, so yeah, the late 70s I don't look at. 64s are one of the years that I look at specifically because it could have double die obverse, double die reverse. There's a lot more things that could go on with it. The early 2000s. That's terrible, Daryl. I'm sorry, man. Um, the early 2000s are known for double die reverses. The 90s are really kind of quiet as well. I don't find much in the 90s. Obviously, the 92 is going to be the Cam 92 Denver and 92 Philadelphia. You're looking for the close AM on the reverse. Um, the 95 also has some opportunity in both the Denver and Philly. Um, um, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, the 94 Philly has some interesting DDR. Um, late 90s. Late 90s, um, there's a bunch of stuff on the late 90s because you got the Whams 98, 99, 2000. There is um, double die reverses, the minor one on the um, in the columns. Yeah, there's usually a lot there. And double ears, yeah. Double ears on the 90. Which one is the double ear, Ken? I want to say it's 94. 94 or 97, I can't remember which one it is. Oh, and spiked heads too. Yeah. I have somewhere in my pile of stuff, I've got the 95 that I got listed on 93, 96, and 97 had double ears. Oh, okay. I thought it was only one or two of them. I've got the 95 BIE that I got listed on Cuds and Coins. 93, 96, 97. So 88. I would love to find another 88 with 89 reverse. I have one of those. That was a fluke if I ever. 98. I found a bunch of 74s in the last box, 74 Denvers, that every single one of them are almost in the exact same condition, and um, and it has evidence of a clash on the reverse. You got the 88D. That's the one I have. The 88 Denver with the 89 reverse. What's really funny is that after I found it, I actually took it down to the coin shop, and the guy behind the counter had no idea that that was even a thing, which I thought was really interesting because, you know, goes to show that the varieties and errors aspect of the business is not touched very much by coin shops. Most likely because they don't have time. That's fine, because all the rest of us will find time to do it. I haven't found. I've got a couple of coins that I've been kind of holding on to because I just can't really figure out like what's going on with them. Like, this seems weird. Like, I've got this 84 that just looks like, it just looks odd to me, and the more I look at it, and I just can't, like, I know it looks weird, but I don't know, like, I keep getting stuck on it. So I always put them aside just on, you know, whatever. Ken says, such a small group of variety collectors, hard to set up a shop specializing them in them if the business depends on walk-in customers. Right. And that's why I think that the leveraging the YouTube side of it, or the online side of it, in the errors and varieties, is definitely one of those things. It's definitely one of those things that just is out there, that just it's not going to get touched. At least I don't think that it will. I don't have any variety coins. I just don't know what to look for. There is a lot of lists that are out there for the variety coins. Another thing that you can do is that you can look it through. NGC has the Variety Plus, which is basically like the PCGS like coin facts with the varieties. But the other thing is like what coin, like what variety do you want to, do you want to get into? Because there's lots of different. Do you want to do varieties on just a particular denomination? Is there a type of variety that you're looking for? So there's lots of options as far as the variety types. Like, you could only focus on working and picking up double die reverses or double die obverses, or there is like that, just the errors, like clipped planchets. You could build an entire collection on clipped planchet coins from all the different denominations. So it's just the benefit is that it's limitless. It's wherever you want to take it. So a lot of it is just like, for me, I like just finding the coins. That's like that's what makes me feel good about the coin collecting, is just finding it. Like that a set of woodies, yeah. Um that to find those woodies, or to find the 88 with the reverse of the 89. Just stuff like that. I just like finding it, because it's just, I don't know, if I feel accomplished when I can find something, when I know exactly what it is, and I've done the research on what the variety is and what causes the variety, and so I know exactly the process that created that particular coin that I just found. That's that is that is a cool thing for me. Or to find just like um, searching coins, Canadian, perhaps, that they have different varieties in the numbers, the shapes of the numbers, or certain figures, like the 1947 has the maple leaf, and then it's got two different varieties of the date with the maple leaf. And there's three or four varieties just on that one particular coin. You can do a set of just basic sets of Lincoln cents, and do one from every mint mark, and that in itself would be a collection. Or the thing that I started out with is books. I started out and I picked a book, and I said, okay, I want to get this book full. So, not too long ago, I completed an entire Jefferson Nichols series book set, album set. So, um, and that was my first complete set of anything, and that's really a really fun piece to be able to say, okay, so I've collected one of every single variety from this series. Now the next step is, okay, what's the next series I want to work on? Do I want to work on pennies some more? Do I want to do Indian heads? Do I want to do flying eagles, maybe? Build typesets? And that part I have not decided yet. I think, though, that I will sit on my... That's a 46S. That I'm going to sit on my book right here. This one right here, and get the second one, to complete the two on for this set. This is an attribution guide. This one just deals specifically in the Flying Eagles 1856 to 1858. But yeah, I love this book. Love this book. There's lots of things in there that I really just that I wanted to know, and that book definitely has what I'm looking for. So I think think the Flyers are going to be kind of my thing for a little bit. But if I decide to go with something else, it's okay because I can always go back to Flyers again. Oh, that Ike book, man. I wanted that Ike book too. But obviously I'm working on limited resources. So I'm doing what I can. I do have the biggest thing about Ike's is the 73. That's the one that just seems to get me. Like, and I can't figure out why that I have not come across any 73s, and I'm sure that there's something that I'm missing somewhere, like some kind of denominational piece, but I have zero 1973s of the Ikes as far as business strikes. Yeah, Daryl, I did. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. 1971. I do need to get a graphics card for one of my for this computer, so that I can put my scope on it, because right now it's not powerful enough to put a scope on it, and that's okay. 64, 2018, 2006, 2017, 81, 84. I think 84. One of the best things that I ever did though is to really look into which book is it? It's the Cherry Picker's Guide. That was one of the best books that I've gotten, just because it really pointed me into areas that I wouldn't have looked at before. Specifically, like the 1864 2-cent, with the Doubleday obverse, and there's a few of them, but there's a couple that I've been able to basically cherry pick, because they weren't labeled as double dies, but if you know specifically what you're looking for, then you can find them very easy. They stand out almost immediately. I've preferred the scope over the loop, for sake of time, and effort. Although if I'm looking at particular things, I started using my loop more, because then I can see things a lot clearer, in the sense of that I can see the whole coin and not just a section of the coin. That's going to be a plating blister, because they're all running vertical. Yeah, but that's 2004. But the best thing about scopes though is that they are cheap. You can get them for like $15 with a stand and everything. Just go on Amazon, you can find them right quick. '96, 2004, 81, 2016, 2006. There's a couple of really nice 2006 double die reverses. One of them I've been able to find, and it's basically a doubling of the columns. Only the columns are like this in that center bay. Yeah, I've got a pluggable brand on mine that I've used for a long while. I'm very happy with it. I need a better stand because I've got that flexible stand piece. I want to get one of the metal ones that you can get. Okay, check this one out. See you, Daryl. So this is a really, really shiny 74 Denver, but on the reverse, I don't know if I can capture this just right. You can see, I wonder if that's going to focus. Yeah, so you can see right here, there's Clash, and right down here, there's Clash. So this is the chin, and then this is the back of his head. So it looks like that there's a scratch all the way through it. But like you can definitely see his chin right here, and this is the back of his coat. So it's going to be this part, and it's going to be this part right here, right there. 3/8. What's 3/8? Top left corner. Oh. Bay 3, Bay 8. Okay. Well, that is a scratch, but you can clearly see the Clash in there though. I'm looking for any of the bays on the obverse. Yeah, right there on the T and the Y. You could just barely see him. I'm gonna end up keeping this one. Focus a little bit. I have a different light. There we go. So right underneath the T and the Y right here, that the bays are struck there, which is generally where they're going to be at. So yeah, I'll keep that one. You find any let's see. Yeah, that looks like. Find any good deals, Ken? This has got a. Come on. I can't see it with, but it is definitely there. Yeah, I got minor double die reverse on a 2000 Denver. So I'll put that one in my little tube. There's one thing that I often do, just as a reference, is that if I have a coin that I think has something going on, and I don't know if that's part of the design, I will pull up PCGS's website and with their coin facts, and basically look at the pictures and see if there's any um, if the design matches, because if I can match it with another basic design, then I know that it's not a any kind of anomaly. It's just I'm looking at it weird. And that helps me out a lot, because then I can picked up a 1909 VDB. Looks to be an oh 03 earlier dice dates and Wexler shows. Oh, that would be pretty nice. Got to get some coin some coin shopping done this week. I thought about going through my pennies and doing rolls of the ones that I've set aside, and then just unloading the rest of it, just for the sake of space and everything else. I figure that would be a good compromise versus unloading everything. Blue Ikes. Blue Ikes are silver. $95. Yeah, this coin looks a lot like the other ones. So this is what it looks like. And basically it looks like it's BU, but there is a ton of like polishing marks all over it. Like they struck the coin and they had polished this die so heavily that it just leaves the entire face looking like that it just was scratched up. What's up, Amy? 2004. 2004, I'm looking for both obverse and reverse double dies. '84. Making dinner. It's only 2:30 in the afternoon. How are you making dinner already? No, I'm just kidding. It's got to be what, almost 6 there. Yeah, anytime that I see heavy polish marks, I already know that it's going to be the remnants of a clash. Oh, you guys are 3 hours, okay. I was thinking that you guys were 4 hours. $1998. 78, 1990, 85. Just one more step over. The last box that I went through didn't really have a whole lot in it, which I was kind of surprised. I only had 3 Canadians, and only a small handful of coins that I actually kept out of it. I was kind of surprised because even around Christmas time, like there wasn't a lot coming out of the rolls, so I don't know if that's a fluke or if that just means I need to go back to nickels, because you know there have been some of these that are pretty good. Like the last one, I got a 52 340s and then a 39S, which I thought was pretty cool. Yep, and this has got to be a roll, because I just opened up another roll and I got another one of those 1974, and that crack or whatever is in this same space. It's in the exact same. Okay, so I don't know. Do I have a card? I don't have a card. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a line that goes right here underneath the E, all the way down across, and then the exact same thing down across here. Can you guys see that? Maybe, maybe not. But the line is in the exact same. Yeah, it's the exact same piece. So, but these came out of 2 different rolls. So that means somebody unloaded an entire roll of 1974, basically original bank wrap, into circulation right around this time, because all these coins are coming up like close together. And they got it from the same branch at the same bank, so so all of these coins will be around the same box. This is 83, 6, 97. $2006. Got a lot of damage to it. 88. 2006. 2010. 1971. 86. 89. Did you end up taking a nap, Ken? 69. Or is that later today? There's another one. Not yet. $1970s, large date. It's on my to-do list. Dinner and then nap? Or nap and then dinner? And there's another one. Yep, same one. $2006. 88. Bidding on the 1794. What denomination is that 1794? 2 cent, or is that going back further, large cent? 1988 Denver. 1995. 1 cent, large cent. Two. Double die. Oh, half cent, even better. I just want to dabble in them. 72S. There was an article that came out. Just found out we may be moving to Texas sooner than planned, so no bind me. Okay. Well, the best part is that those coins will be there as soon as, whenever you're ready. There was an article that came out here not too long ago that talked about dimes and how they were undervalued, and I kind of laughed at it because that's that's what Ken has been saying for a while. It was just one of those things that I thought was really kind of funny that yeah, Ken has been saying that for a while, and then somebody came out with an article. $1998, 1987. Nice. Good win, Ken. That's the best feeling is when you get it for way less than you do it that you anticipated. Yeah, the earlier dimes, like the seeded dimes, they're really not dealt with much, and there is a really good amount of history in those dimes, that can be taught, and they're not touched. I mean, you've got the mint mark location is a thing on the 1875, 1876, with the Carson City and the San Francisco being both below or above the ribbon, or below the bow or above the bow. There's a lot of other things you know, designs. You've got drapery designs. You've got all these different things that happen to these coins, and they're just, you know, they're not. They don't really have a lot of exposure. Liberty Cap half cent. Holy smokes. Should make a song that's how old can you go? I think Paula would be into that. It's a train wreck. Is it just worn, just railroaded, or? One's wrecked. T6. Had the sound off. You said the coin is a train wreck? Is it just writ for the last 10 minutes? Well, I was talking about that I saw an article about seated dimes, about how they're undervalued. And I know with the dimes, you had been talking about that they've been undervalued for a long time. So I thought it was funny that the article was just talking about what you've been saying for a while. And there's a lot of history, even with the mint marks, the Carson City and the San Francisco being both above and below the bow, that there's a lot of history to be had there too. Ooh, that one's wrecked. It's beautiful, but it's wrecked. Wrecked with goop. Goopity goop goop. Less than 1,000. What does that put the rarity scale at? That 1 through 10 scale. That could be your next piece there, Amy. Holy crap scale. I know that I do have some seated dimes floating around that are the rare of the two for the above or below bow. Hey Armando. The 1794s are 4.5, 2,500 specimens surviving. So you got a 1794 that has a rarity of 4.5. that is completely beat up for $60, and you can go over to a seated Liberty dime and drop $15 and have way less survivors. I like it. $20 VF. That's not a bad 41. Small S. Any idea on when the there's another one of the 74s? Yep. Just picked that out dinner. Where you didn't bring us any, Amy? What's up with that? Sharing is caring. 2,500 surviving specimens in Lincoln Sense would be akin to a red MS 1914D. Oh man. Yeah, come on over and get it. I don't feel like doing an Iditarod to come get dinner tonight. But I appreciate the offer. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight. Probably make some pasta. I got some pasta, some cheese, put together some sauce. I don't know, something like that. Or I'll just go to the store and get some, I had pizza last night, so I don't really want to do pizza again. But the other thing is that I kind of want chicken strips, because that sounds good. 2003. Bring ice skates. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need ice skates, a dog sled team, and about 47 pounds of clothes. Oh, bow tie pasta, roasted red pepper, Alfredo sauce, and shrimp. I could be down for that. The other thing I kind of want though is that I kind of want just an old fashioned like bacon cheeseburger, just straight up, because that also sounds good. Comfort food. 1961. 1961. Armando, yes and no. The interesting thing is that I've been finding these 1974Ds, that most of these are like basically BU, but they have the same signature on them, meaning that it's a clashed die, and it's a very significant line on the reverse, that I actually had a couple of pieces from the box that I did the other day. I believe it was Saturday night, maybe. Yeah, Saturday night or Sunday. And so there's very significant clash marks, and I'm almost at like 10 or 12 coins already. So that means that obviously they've been dumped into circulation, but at the time that it was dumped into circulation, I may end up with almost a full roll of those coins specifically, which would be kind of an interesting thing to find. So kind of. I've kind of had some good luck. Not like super a lot though, but the last box I found a 39, a 39S. And then a couple 40s and a 52. But this box and then the last box have been actually pretty weak when it comes to special coins, we'll say. The last box I only kept maybe 10 coins out of, so just there's really not a lot there. So I don't know if it's just, you know, if it's just that box is extraordinarily weak, or if maybe I'm just not finding it. It could be just that. See, now if you get like, you know, the box after box after box of like the same like quality, then that always makes me, you know, wonder if you know, if there is like a big purge of coins, and these are like, you know, the super rejects or something that are still in circulation that just haven't been pulled out yet. There's like one step from getting pulled out and recycled. I don't know, but it's stuff like that that makes me think. Because at some point these things will, especially the zincs, will deteriorate to a point where they can't be used in circulation. So the mint will remove them, or the federal banks or whoever, and they will remove them out of circulation. So then they will have to put in, you know, continue putting in the new coins to replace what has been taken out. '74 Denver, yep. 74 Denver, yep. But that's a heavier clash. You can see a lot more of the design on that one. Pennies is just one of those things that it's either hit or miss. Like, there's never hey, this is like, you know, like a pretty decent box, and the next one you get is a pretty decent box. It's either that you have a lot of good stuff, or it's just entirely just garbage. Like, that's what I tend to find with especially with the pennies. Yep. '95. 74. 71. 84. Hey, John of Coins. How you doing, man? 88. Denver. 74. Let's not come out of the same one. 2005. 73. 73. I have not found like any kind of resemblance of an RPM for several boxes, and I'm interested about that, because normally I can find find, you know, maybe one, maybe two, even if they're minor RPMs. But like I haven't found anything in probably the last 10 boxes of pennies that have been anything close to an RPM. Flood or famine, yeah. Armando, no, not yet, man. I have, I was working on the unemployment piece this morning, and just making records of, all the places that I have applied for and when I applied for them, so that I could follow up with timelines. Later today, I will be rewriting my resume, yet again. Yeah, I haven't heard anything back yet on stuff, so I'm just kind of waiting to see if anything will pop up. I'm sure I can find, you know, something, but like I want it to actually work for me though. But I understand that, like, you know, beggars can't be choosers, so I'm just trying to balance it. The inside of that, it's just broken. See ya, Amy. Thanks for coming in. '92, 2006, 2006, 94, 88. 96, 64, Denver. Man, I really want like a solid RPM on a 64. That would be really nice. 1999, 2018, 81, 88. No. 2016, 2018. Yeah, I'm sure that's a decent feeling. Yeah, the whole situation is just really kind of weird for me because I started at this job in 2002. So the last 17 years this is what I've been doing. And so, like, you know, there is not a lot of stuff that I know outside of this position, you know. And it's just like learning different skills, or, you know, translating the skills that I have and I've developed into something else is, I think, is going to be my biggest hurdle. But I'm not worried about it because I'll find something. I have too many skills to not find something. Hey, Joe Durbin. How's it going, buddy? I'm just looking through pennies today. I haven't been really on YouTube for a lot. I've watched I've been busy. Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time looking for that camera coppers when the biggest thing about all of those pieces though is that, like, if one or more than one exists, there has to be more. Like, there's no way with the coining process that you could have such a limited result. Like, there has to be more. I'm good, Joe. I just decided to do kind of just a live penny box today. Kind of fill some time. I mean, I'm gonna look through it anyway, so I figured might as well stream, see if anybody that wants to show up, they can show up. Just something to hang out, something to do. While I'm looking for jobs and updating my resume and references and covered letters and all that other stuff. 2000. Joe Durbin has really good content. He's put out some videos and even done some coin seminar weekend stuff that is really good information. I really enjoyed watching his stuff. So yeah, if you haven't been over to Joe Durbin's, then by all means go over there, because he's got some good stuff. And Joe is one of those that he's in a lot of live streams, but he's very down to earth. He's very level headed. He's good people. Good people. For sure. 60D large date. 95. You're welcome, Joe. I wish I had an automatic sorter of shields, so that I could just run all these coins through and it would pull out all of the shields for me, so that I don't have to waste my time looking at them. Somebody needs to work on that. That's just a scratch. What is that? That's interesting. What is that? I got like a line that's going through Lincoln on the reverse. That is 99. Let me poke it. Need to poke it. Huh. Well, I don't know about that one. I'll just set that one aside. New making videos. The making videos part, it's however you want to do it. I have changed a lot of the stuff that I've done, just because like I figure out something different with it. I am not proficient by any means, but there's I feel like for my stuff that I would like a lot more editing aspect of it, and better pictures, what do they call them, thumbnails, for my videos, because I know that is an area that I am lacking in. But The best way to do it is just to do it, and then you can go back and watch your video and say, okay, so I liked this piece, I didn't like this piece, and then tweak it to how you think that it should be, and just keep on working on it, and you'll get better with time. It's not something that happens overnight, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the best part. 83. 1992. No. 1998. Nope. 2006. I'm looking at ooh, 2009 Philly. No extra finger. Dang it. Out of all of the 2009s that I've looked at in the formative years, I still have yet to find an extra finger. You'd think that I'd be able to find one of those, but nothing. I've not found a single one for the 2009s. Wouldn't mind finding see, I just use my phone and maybe try to hook my phone up to my computer. Upload. There's a lot to learn. There's Lemon only does like basically live streams. Like he can do a record, but he doesn't do anything else. He doesn't do any post processing. He doesn't do like the thumbnails or anything else, and that's worked for him um pretty well. And that's just his style, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that totally works for him. Hey Hoosier, what's going on, man? I am just looking through pennies right now. Just killing this box of pennies. Not finding too much. I do have an interesting streak going on though, with these 74 Denvers that are up here. They all come from the same die. Because they have the exact same clash in the exact same lines in them. So, but I've been finding individual coins across multiple rolls. So, what I believe happened is that somebody opened an original bank wrap roll, because these are all like damn near BU, and then dumped them, which is kind of an interesting. Really kind of an interesting find, to find consecutive coins like that, especially that close together, because that could basically only happen if you dumped a whole roll at the same time. Otherwise, those coins would be so sporadic that you would have to go through multiple boxes to get one or two of the same caliber. So I'm just setting those aside because I want to see how much that I can get of that roll. $14.82 machine doubling. 83. I'm looking at the obverse and the reverse for doubling. That's a nice looking 83 too. 83 obverse. Looks good. Reverse looks good. I'll keep that one. $72 looking for doubling. 71 we're looking for doubling. Wouldn't mind finding another 72 DDO. I think I have 2 right now. $2014, 2008, 2001 Philly. I wonder what the biggest what is causing like the majority of the errors to happen only at the Philadelphia Mint versus being at the Denver Mint. Because if you look at the history on mint errors, on like the double dies and all of that stuff is coming from Philadelphia. There's only, I can't think of any like immediately off the top of my head that the double dies are coming from Denver. Alright, Armando. Thanks for coming in, man. The errors, the varieties and the errors seem to be coming specifically from Philadelphia. So whatever like QA process or whatever, because like I would think that like the hubbing process and the creation of the master or the working dies one. Yep, double die reverse. It's got to be the same process, and they can't be using like the equipment that's that worn out. Like they would have had to replaced it or rebuilt it or something at some point. I would think, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But yeah, I would think that if they have known that they've had opportunity with double dies in the past as far as a QA piece, that they would rebuild or replace the machines to match those at Denver. Lots of newer ones. 62, there's another one. Looking for RPMs, looking for BIEs. Nothing there. 73. No, 75. That's just wrecked. 74. 98. Okay, so in this box I found 2 minor double die reverses, which is good. I like finding those. Those are easier to find. What's that? 71. Not too many wheats. I only have 3 wheats out of this entire box, and I'm over halfway on it. So the last few boxes have been really particularly weak in the wheats as well. which is again really kind of interesting because it seems like it comes in like so far in this box. I only have one Canadian, which is abnormal. So normally I find a lot more Canadians. Wouldn't mind finding a 95 double die or a 72 double die. Any of the Whams or a Cam. Not really anything at this point. I think this box is gonna be kind of a big bust like last one, maybe. Just maybe. Other than that, the 74 thing is really kind of interesting. It's really abnormal for that to happen on this. Oh, I think I see another Canadian in here. Oh, 60 large date. Nope, nothing there. 697. 97, I'm looking for the ears. And I'm looking for the double dog reverse. 1979. Well, that's not bad shape. I would love to find a Cam too. That seems to be the one that that evades me because I believe I have. Okay, now I gotta check. I think it's in this box. Nope, other box. These are all my Air variety coins. So in the Whams, I have the 2000 Philadelphia right there, and then I have 298s. So yeah, I just don't have the 99. I think I actually have a third 98 floating around somewhere. Then I've got that one. No, not that one. Wrong one. Where's my other one? There we go, this one. That was a good find. The 88 with the reverse of 89. I think all of us would like to find the 69S, a DDO, a 92 cam. What else? The 80 DDO, the 83 DDR. Those are like all the the 55. Those are all like the biggest double dice and varieties that exist. The 84 double ear. You know, all that stuff. We all want to find those. '92. Nope. 2014, 91. There's some really kind of obscure ones that I would love to find. There's one that is on the, which one is it? The 90. That has like a tilted double die reverse thing. Just got the Cherry Pickers Volume 1. Be searching some more pennies now. Been on the $50 kick for a while. Yeah. The $50 in my area, like, I know that there's at least one guy that goes through, and he goes through, like, $4,000 of $50 a week. So, like, anytime that I get $50 or that I've gotten $50 in the past, I get NAFCs, and that's about it. I nearly never get silver or anything like that. So like I know that I'm not gonna find squat with him going that hard. So that's when I started going through nickels, and like I have found a decent amount of nickels in and silver nickels, and other nickels too. I've already found 2 or 3 Liberty, the V nickels, and then several Buffaloes, and then piles of 2009s. So that tells me that the nickels in my area are not searched. Which is fine, because I'll search them all day long if I have the chance. But yeah, go. And like what's really kind of funny is that I had asked him. I saw him one day, and I had asked him if he'd gone through, and he's looking for errors and varieties. And he said, yeah, he does. And then the funny thing is that he had a magician's coin that the machine kicked out. So that to me says that no, he's only looking for silver. He's not looking for varieties. So if I wanted to go through and look for varieties, then that would be one thing that I could do and probably find varieties, which I have in the past. I have found 2 of the 1974 DDOs previously in circulation. So I know that he's not looking for varieties. He's just looking for silver. Which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. It just leaves all the rest of the stuff open for the taking. 80, 2016. There's a 53. It's my first 50 out of this box. But I couldn't believe that that somebody was going through that many in this area until I saw him bringing in his he's got a couple of canvas bags that he brings into the dump bank where we take the coins in, and it brings them in sacks. 1995. 97. Yeah, the varieties are really not on anybody's radar, really. I mean, and that goes for all of the coins, not just $50, But I mean, once that bubble pops, like it's going to be, it's going to be game time all over the place with these people that have all these varieties stashed away, and people, and the knowledge base of coin collectors or the market realizes, oh snap. Okay. Well. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Well. Well, I'm glad I was just talking about about RPMs, cause yeah, that one kind of jumps out at me. I'm like 90% sure that one's in a book. That one is in a book somewhere. That one just reached out and slapped me in the face. That one is... Hot dang. Yep. Yepers. Check it out. There it is in the red book. Right there. Large date. Yep. Bam! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's not in super great condition, but yeah, that's strong enough. That's still worth a couple of bucks. Yeah, I just got to it. I need a flip here, Mr. Flipman. What's that? I just put my book away. What's that designation on that one? If you're on that page, Hooser. Oh damn. Yeah, that's RPM number 1. Heck yeah. I'm gonna take that all day long right there. There we go. Yep, 1960 Denver. RPM number 1. I'll take that. I will take that all day long. I'm glad I got I'm glad I got an RPM out of that. I've been hurting for RPMs lately. I have not found. I was just saying earlier that I haven't found an RPM in in a box for probably the last, I don't know, 10 or 20 boxes. Like, it's been a while since I had found any RPMs in them. But that one certainly makes up um for that lag time, for sure. So maybe I just need to keep talking about the errors and varieties that I don't have, and then maybe I'll I'll come across them. uh, like I could use another 88 with that 89 reverse and the 55 and the 69 and the 72. I've already found a couple of just minor DDRs in this box that I just put over in my little tube, because I figure I'll just sew the sew the. Do you have the 82 small date copper? But the 82s are interesting because they have seven, technically 8, but seven varieties for that coin. Yeah, I should talk about that one. I would have to weigh the coins, which I don't normally do on most of them. But yeah, that would also be be a nice one. Or a 90, like a 97 double ear, an 84 double ear. God, what else? A wham, any of the whams, or the 92 cam. God, what else? The 95 Philly, DDO would be nice. You know, just reasons. 16, 73. 73. There's a big gash in it. 83. The 83 reverse DDR would be good. Yeah, there's lots of different ones that you could pick up. I've been on the Facebook forums for like United States coins and errors and varieties, and like the coin op ones, and just like every single time, like I have to step away from it for a couple of days, because like there was one that they posted a picture of a coin, and it was clearly newer and it had like damage on it, and they're like, "Is this doubling?" And I'm like, no, it's not doubling. It's and then he's like, "Well, this individual piece, individual part right here." I was like, "Well, no, that's not doubling. That's part of the design." And then he takes another picture and like zooms in like an extra like 37 times till it's just pixelated, and it's like, this, what are you doing? You're making it so that you can't see anything regardless of like, and it was almost like that they wanted to argue on whether it was machine doubling or nothing. It's like, why are you why are you doing this? So I tried to explain it the best that I could, but like it as a person who, like, if I don't know the answers, like, I'm gonna try to look for the answers, and I'm gonna do like all of the research and everything, and then if I've exhausted all my options, then I'll post a very clear picture, talk about specifically, what I'm asking about, and then I'll ask. Um, but there are these forums, regardless of what forum you're in, these forums are just so overloaded with people that want to post 17 pictures of one coin and then ask about how much is it worth, or what caused it. And it's like some coin that looks like that has been, run over by uh, a backhoe. And they're like, "Is this an error?" It's like no, it's not. It got ran over by a backhoe. Like, it's nothing now. They're like, "Well, how much is it worth?" It's like, stop it. If you're going through coins just for the money, then knock it off and go away. Go do something else. Like, so at that point I have to like stop and like remove myself, and then come back a couple days later, because it's so draining on the resources of the community that I mean, here you have these top level experts of coins and numismatics, and they are spending, a solid part of their day saying, your coin is worth face value, or your coin has damage, or it's like, why are you doing this? Is it because of ignorance? Is it because they want to pick up that 1969 S and, out of their pocket, and they want it to be worth, $4,700, because, that's everything that they hear. And when you look it up, it's like, this coin is worth $16,000. Stop it. Just stop. No, it's not. Stop it. It's just, I don't know. To me, it wears on me. And I'm fine if people are asking questions and they're genuine about it, and they can say, "Hey, I've looked through this. I've looked through this. I've looked through the posts," and they ask maybe a specific question, and then that question gets answered, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. But it's the people that have the one post, and you can see on it that it's got 17 pictures attached to it, and it's like the same picture with, taken 5 times, and it's blurry, and they're like, "What happened to this coin?" It's like, go away. Just like, stop it. Maybe I overreact a little bit, but or some of the ones that kills me is like the 1982. Okay, 1982. Anybody that's been in coins for, any kind of time knows that there's a small date and there's a large date. Well, it takes about 4.5 seconds of effort to go online and just search for 1982 Lincoln Cent, and you will get 47,315 pictures that show you the difference between the large date and the small date. And that's just pictures. And that takes zero effort at all. Hey, Lincoln. When you could just go onto Google and have 50% of your answer in 3.7 seconds, but you're going to take 19 pictures and spend 15 minutes uploading pictures to a forum to ask the same question. It's like, dude, help yourself. help yourself and just spend a fractional amount of effort and find it, because it's out there. Those pictures exist everywhere that show small date, large date. There's videos on them. There's everything. Everything is out there. But they want to have like somebody just hand them a coin and say, "Hey, this coin right here is worth $10,000. Here you go." It's like, no, that's not how this works. It's not how this works at all. Or they take a picture of, like, you know, a road rash coin, and they're like, "How much is this worth?" It's like, it's worth the metal content in it, and that's it. They're like, "No, but I saw online that this year sold for, you know, $17,000." It's like, and you try to explain it to them. You're like, "Okay, well, that coin that you saw got sold for that was, number one, it was graded. Number two, it was a very high grade, you know, very, very, very good condition coin, and that's why it drew this premium. It's because of these, you know, of these particular bits of information." And they're like, "But this one in my hand looks just like that one." And they're holding it like this. They're like, "Look, this one looks exactly the same." And you're like, "Stop. Just stop. Please, just stop." And that's just one of the things that it gets me. It gets me so much. Like this one right here, with their fingers all over it. Lincoln, yeah. This one, I just found it. RPM number one on a 1960D. Like, I always look at the 60Ds, because large date, small date stuff. And I slap that one up there, and it's got the super strong RPM on it. And I was like, well, okay, well, that changes things. That changes things pretty significantly. Because I just talked about not finding an RPM and like a number of boxes for a while. So I was like, well, if I don't find an RPM for a long time, and then I find one of those, you know what? I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Then one of the other things I have is that I've got this stack of 74 Denvers, that all have the exact same die markers, and it's not like that they are. I mean, they're like damn near BU, and it's almost like it's a stack of them, that I've gotten in the last box and in this box. So what I believe happened was somebody opened an original bank wrapped roll, and they didn't like it, and then they dumped it. So I might put that roll back together, and see how much of that I have left. Yeah, so here's another one. It's gonna have this big fat line. Yeah, it's die clashes and it's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's really, really interesting. So I figured we would just talk about the coins that we're all looking for, and maybe one will just pop up, since that's how it started. It started to work. So what's if for the guys that that have been on any of the coin forums, like, what is the number one question that, like, you just want to delete the post? Like, what makes, what question is, like, so repetitive or whatever that you just want to delete the forum? '87. '84. I like that one, Hoosier. What is this? It's a coin. How much is it worth? Whatever the coin says. 64. Oh, it's destroyed. So, yep. 88. What would you say, Lincoln? That's a coin. You should take that and call someone who cares. Or just put the coin down and walk away. Please step away from the coin. Well, 2001. Or, like, if you really wanted to, I mean, if you really wanted to mess with them, just be like, you know what? I think you should send that into PCGS. And it's like some roadkill coin. Oh, I would never actually do that to somebody because that's just not right. But, like, I'm not gonna say that I have not thought about that before. Yeah. Yes, send it in. PCGS. Here you go. I was trying to think. I thought that I had some angry coins sitting around here. You're like, this one. Should I get this one graded? 1960 Denver. Definitely got some RPM on it, but it's not split. It's just a little smushed together. Come on. Graded. It's another one of those 74s. $1983. It would be one of those that, like, you just take the coin and then you draw on it and be like, here, this is what it's supposed to look like. Just watch them freak out. I, I, I think I think I'd be a little bit too cynical for that line of work. Just have a pop up booth at the mall and say, you know, I'll buy your your most valuable coin, and people are just coming up to you with like the change in their pocket. Is this coin valuable? Is this one valuable? This is the one. This is the one that I saw on the news. 1969. 1960 large state. The machine doubling is one of the other ones that that gets me to, just because people don't know the difference between machine doubling and actual double die. Even though, again, there are videos out there, there are pictures out there, there are forum upon forum upon forum that have examples and have previous posts where somebody had posted a picture of one, and then they said, well, no, this is machine doubling, here's what you want to look at. And then you know, that thread ends, and then somebody just posts another picture of, you know, with literally the same coin on another forum to try to get a different result, I guess. Like I've seen that one too. That one really bothers me because it says that they don't have, you know, trust in the original answers, and they're looking for a doctor's second opinion or something. It's like, you know, you're gonna get the same answer. It's not like you're just gonna go get a different answer that is the answer that you're looking for. You're gonna get the same answer. It's not gonna change. Your coin is still garbage. Oh, the 82. The 82 was just as bad, though. And it still is. The 82 still has pictures being posted of, you know, of an 82 large day Denver that weighs 3.1 grams. They're like, this is it. This is the one. This is the one that everybody said that they can't find. And it's like, that's a large date. And they're like, no, it's the valuable one. You're like, no, that's a large date. Not the valuable one. And they just don't want to hear it. Until you post pictures of like the large date, small date next to each other. And they're like, oh, okay. It's like, that's what I've told you 3 times. Across 4 different websites. I've given you the same answer. Yeah, the 92 cam is bad too. Because again, they'll just post pictures of, you know, this coin that has like a 4mm difference between the A and the M, and they're just like, hey, this is the cam. Or I had one that I still see on occasion, and I flag it every time I do on my local offer up. That they post pictures of coins, and they have them, you know, at like $150 for like this 1982, like, you know, some garbage coin. It's got crust on it. It's like, you stop it, just stop. Like in any of those posts and everything, I flag those, and I'm like, this is not a real coin. This is not what they think it is. They are trying to scam somebody because of their own ignorance, that they don't know the difference between these coins. But the sad part is that they, like, at some point they may actually get away with it and scam somebody out of like $100, you know, or $50 for this, you know, half of a cent coin. Yeah. Yeah, right? Look at all the ones on eBay, specifically under the air coins section, cuz that's been a great um oh, Etsy. Oh, yeah. Oh, Etsy is the worst. Oh, oh, Etsy is terrible. The only problem with that is though that technically with the Etsy stuff, it's all supposed to be handmade stuff. So if you have coins on there, like regular mint coins, that is technically against their guidelines, because they didn't actually physically mint the coin. The United States government did. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But what do I know? I'm just a I'm just a guy. Um, but yeah, on eBay, have you guys gone through and looking at the error coin listings? Because those those are bad. Where it's got look rare, valuable 1969, and it's just a regular 1969 with no double enter or anything on it. And everybody's like, "Oh, this coin is such a good find. I found this in a state sale." Vintage. How many other things that we can put on there? Rare, valuable, vintage, um, scarce, estate find. What else? What else could you put on a 1998? Yeah, people are falling for it, and it's so messed up though. Like, why? Again, if you just did 4 seconds of research or effort, then you would not find them. Really, Lincoln? That's a thing? Man, I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm guessing that just reacts the chemicals in the paper and makes them darker or something like that. Dude, we're in the wrong business. I've been over here trying to look for coins. We should just work on the wrappers. Yeah, I didn't even know that was even a thing. But I guess I did. I wouldn't really know. I don't look for wrappers. I look for coins. Have you guys had any good pickups on eBay recently for coins? $96.88. 26. 26. 72. I love the ones that say never searched, because guaranteed those are searched. Or the loaded ones. I hate the loaded ones. Those are the ones that make me upset. That they put like a like an Indian head in the end of it, or they put like a mercury dime on the end, and then they load it with like mid-50s wheats. It's like, stop. Just stop. Go away. But then the worst part is that you look at like their seller history, and it's like that particular one that they have, and they sold 123 of them. You're like, man, that's God. Yeah, those baited rolls just, ugh, stop. Go away. 92. There's a really good look at 64 here. Yeah. It's pretty shiny 64. See if we got anything on it. Nothing on the obverse. Nothing on the reverse. That's okay. 73. Nothing on the reverse. I think the baited rolls is what really drives a lot of the a lot of the problems, because people are getting, you know, duped by these baited rolls. And then people just like, they keep on. It's almost like, well, it's basically gambling. Because they'll spend money to get the baited roll, and then they'll go back and be like, well, I just got a bad roll because, you know, whatever. And then they'll buy another one. Then they'll buy another one. Then they'll buy another one. And they'll keep on pumping money into it, thinking that they're going to get this, you know, this magic, you know, this magic coin that's going to just make up for all the money that they're pumping into it. And it's gambling. It's like legalized gambling. VDB Ender thing went for like $350. Oh. Yeah, I mean that's like, think about it. If you were to take, you know, if you were to take a VDB Ender for like $20, and then you load it with, you know, 50s, which are, you know, pennies on the dollar, you know, and you only putting in, you know, $5 or $10, and you can sell these things for like, you know, $30-$40. You're making your money. I mean, as far as you know, as far as the business end of the scheme looks like, and just do that times, you know, however many VDBs you can come up with. Still wrong though. I mean, it's still wrong, regardless. Scamming people. The only way that you would really know that it's full of 1960 Denver is if you had an original bank wrap roll, and it got moved over into a tube. But then you would have it as an original bank wrap roll. But then, yeah, it's just, yeah. Every time you start looking at it, you're like, oh, well, what about this? And then what about this? And then what about this? And it's just, yes, sir. It's full of scams. There is, you know, at some level, there is a percentage of coins that exist on there that actually are not bad. Specifically because of situations where somebody, you know, pulled out, you know, grandpa's coins or whatever, and they're just gonna unload them for whatever they can get them for, knowing that if they just took them to the bank, that they would only get face value, and they know that eBay is a good way to get more money than even what a coin shop would do. So they're at least savvy in the sense that they can get more money for them online, but they're just not versed enough to know what each coin is worth. I guess that's where I'm going with that one. Right, yeah, exactly. Like, if you're already spending half the amount for an SVDB, then just go buy the SVDB. Then you know you're getting a genuine article. But like I said, it's kind of like gambling, because it's the what if. What if this is an SVDB that I got at half the price? It's the what if. It's the potential that drives it. And if you wanted it that bad, then you could just go buy one. Yeah, I know that there are some coins that I will never have, and I'm okay with that. Like any of the CC Morgans, never have any of those. I guarantee, unless it's completely wrecked. But anything in like anything near mint state, I know I'll never own one. Because at like $250 a shot, $175 a shot, I just it's not not my realm. 2002. If a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his butt. I can tell you with certainty that I've never heard of that one before, Lincoln. Do we need to put that as a quote? $1992, 78, 2016, 72. Oh, this is too worn down. 2018 Shield. There's a wheat. 1957 Philadelphia. Okay. There's a 64. No RPM. No BIE. No doubling. 2004. I didn't take your wrench away, did I? No, I haven't taken... No. I haven't done anything with moderators on my channel. There you go. Lincoln, Joe, Hoosier. I think the only one that I've had on here for like forever is Ken. I think I've had Ken on here as a mod for like forever ago, and I didn't have any other mods. Well, except for I did add coin and card for when I was going through my sales stuff, just as an assist. But I don't stream that much, so I never have to do anything with mods. But yeah, here you go, guys. Enjoy the wrench. The wrench of power. $2004, 84, 70D, 75, 2000, 2017, 2004, 2006, 98. Oh yeah. Yeah, but I haven't done anything to the moderator section. I haven't touched it. Like I haven't Yeah, I haven't done anything with it. It's really weird. Well, it's fixed now, so 2010. It's always YouTube's fault. The fact that they can't even get notifications to work correctly. Just saying. The thing with the notifications, though, is, like, I don't think that it's one of those things that they could actually fix. Because there are so many people on the platform that it just causes too much of a strain on the system. My thoughts. Hey RB, how's it going? I'm just going through pennies. I got 5 rolls left. I was gonna go through them anyway, but decided to just stream it because I don't stream that often, and I'm usually never home during this point in time, so I'm just doing something different. Hey Blues, how's it going, man? 1960 large date, 65, 2000, 85, 2001, 1969S with absolutely nothing on it. 62, 2000, 2003. 89, 99, 2017, it's a 63, no. Didn't get in the notification. It was either you or Cheapskate, so I stopped here. Well, Lincoln, I appreciate that, man. When I started, I didn't see anybody was on. So, but that was oh, how long ago? 2.5 hours. Wow. $77, $95, $95. Still got 45 days left. Putting out a video when done. That's cool. Yeah, it's the same one. There's something that happened with these 74 Denvers that it's almost like part of the roll got exposed to something. Because they've got some particular toning, so I think I'm gonna put them all together and just see what they look like. And see if I could see how the roll was put together. Hey, that's a really good red brown 42 Denver. Yeah, that's really good. All the wheat ears are in place. No doubling on the reverse. No die chips. Got some damage right there. Or is that lamination? That's still a good 42. 89. 86. Ooh, wow. I haven't seen one like that. It's a 54 Denver. That is bright for 54. Nothing on the obverse. Reverse is worn. Got a little bit of damage on it, but still, it's okay. Alright, 3 rolls left. Almost done. A nice 1980 Philadelphia DDO would be nice as well. I wouldn't mind having some of those that have that very significant doubling on the obverse. Those would be a cool find. 63, 81, 2006, 2009, 79, 92. 68 Denver. 92. No. 2018. 99. No. 87. 2003. 84. I sometimes feel like that, you know, going through coins this fast, although I am looking for the known varieties, there's always that, the what if I missed one. Like, what if you could find a new variety that nobody has found before? Get one of those discovery pieces. That would be really neat. $2,000. Where's another 69S? Oh. $80 Philadelphia, 14, 83, 83 Denver, nope, 65. 18, that's a shield. 95. No doubling. 82, 2015. 89. 86. There's another 95. 2011 Philadelphia. Hey, what is? What do you guys think about this one? Think that one's a winner? What do you guys think of that one? You think that's a DDO? What I'm looking at is I'm looking at this. How this isn't round. It's kind of comes to a point here and here. Then the shifting would be this diagonal here and this diagonal here. Because anytime you see this, because this should be a circle, so this should be like, what's a good circle? You know, it should be like a circle. But how these come to points right here. And then you've got it's not splits, but it's definitely like the notches down here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. I'll check that one here a little bit. $2,096, 62. That's a 170, 92, 76, 2012. It's one of those 74s. 68. See you later, Lincoln. Thanks for coming in, man. 78, 2017, 95. $69S. 2018, 2002. 91, 4. There's another wheat. 52 Denver. Ooh man, this one's seen some better days. $83. $2,000. 95. 76. 2007. 89. 96. Checking on 2011 Shield. Yeah, see, this is what I was seeing. It's got the points here and here. This is Wexler's, and it's got the notching down here. The O was just a regular O. This doesn't have a picture of the O on this DDO. But it looks like there's some things in notches in Liberty that I need to look at. And then there's also a line die scratch above the 2 in the date. I'm using my my loop right here to see if I can. Yeah. Let's see if there's other. It's like that one is a different double die. So it could be this one. So there is. Okay, let's look at E pluribus on the back. Let's see if we got lines. So there's nothing going through the U right there. So it's not that one. Let's go up and check this other one out. A dot in the T under trust. Is that directly south? Directly south of the T? No, it's a little bit to the west. No, I can't see that either. Well, that's gonna have to take some checking on, but yeah, I would say that found 2011 a double die, 1960 RPM number 1, 1960D, and then these 74s I'm gonna have to figure out because they are, I mean, they're all dang near, you know, BU, but these are all the ones from the, yeah, look, these are from two different boxes. This stack is from the box that I had that I went through this weekend, and then this is from today. So the fact that I can get this many of the same markers across two different boxes, there's something going on with these that I got to figure out. But yeah, I don't know. That was kind of an interesting one. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, I'm gonna take off, guys. I'm gonna go get some dinner. I think is gonna be what's on the menu tonight. So I appreciate you guys coming in, watching me, hanging out with me. Again, really appreciate it. And oh, thanks, CNR. I was actually just getting off. Thanks for everybody coming in and just hanging out. I don't know who's live right now. If Cheapskate's live, go over to him. He's got some good stuff. But yeah, unless somebody else is live, then we can go over there. But yeah, thanks guys, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.